So we're back ready to face Blue and Nugget Bridge. I'm honestly not wildly concerned, besides I think the Squirtle... I think it should just still be a... or maybe it's a Wartortle. I'm not sure what he has at this point, because I know he has a Pidgeotto and an Abra. I don't know what else he has. Because I think he should only have 3 or 4 at this point. But we still don't really have a counter to the water types. I think we're pretty okay for this battle. The only thing is that I didn't realize that we have both Route 24 and 25 up here, which means that we have 2 catches, or at least 2 chances to get a catch, which I didn't immediately realize. So I'm hoping, and I'm going to assume at least one of them will be an Oddish, which will be a little helpful going forward. But I'm really, honestly, I'm hoping for that Abra. I think that would be really helpful for later. But honestly, it's a toss-up. It's toss-up whether we, like, encounter it, and also toss-up if we catch it. So, I'm just trying to, like, get the experience where I can right now, because I think I want to be at least level 20 before I go at Misty. Just to be on the safe side. If we had a type advantage, I wouldn't really worry about over-leveling, but in this case, the Starmie is really concerning me. So that's the only thing I'm actually a little nervous about. So if we get a grass type, that's going to be great. I just want to make sure everybody is kind of like prepared for that. Prepared for the chance also that we just don't get a grass type, which is pretty low chance, I think, personally. But that's all up in the air. So we could always just get really, really unlucky. So the fact that we have two flying types, I think that kind of says something. Okay, Squirtle. My strategy right now is I was going between Roach and Harley. Obviously, neither has a type advantage, but I think the Hyper Fang is kind of the smartest play here. Yeah, because like Water Gun, even though it's not super effective, it still does a little bit of damage. So I just wanted to be careful. It's honestly when we get into later battles with Blue that it becomes a little more of an issue. But at that point, we should have more type advantages, so I think we'll be safe. So, I'm just really excited to get more team members, hopefully a little bit more variety. Like I said, we could just get really unlucky. It can happen. So, just getting through Nugget Bridge. Like I said, I don't think there's I literally cannot remember what they have here. I think I remember Eradicate. In whatchamacallit? Fire Red. I think that's the only thing I remember. And that might have even been the Versus Seeker. Because I remember having to grind so bad in this area before Misty. Like, it was not fun. I don't think I've ever had to grind a gym leader that bad. So, I'm just trying to... Like, I can handle the bug types. But I know there was at least one trainer that kind of threw me off. I honestly... Oh, I meant to press Peck. I honestly do think it was Eradicate that they had. Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly. Because I remember grinding and using the Versus Seeker over here. And it was such a pain because that Eradicate gave some good experience, but it was a pain in the butt for mine because I had no type advantage, so some of it, even if we were on the same, even if we were the same level or I was even, like, level above, it could still knock me out really easily. At least if I wasn't careful about it. So. The only thing now... Okay, that was a bad switch. The only thing now that I'm thinking about is... I'm like, who do I even have? The only thing I'm thinking about now is that I'm gonna have to grind a bit more before the gym if I do get new teammates. Regardless of who I have, I'm probably just gonna train them up anyway, because obviously Noah's not gonna even be useful at all in the battles, so that opens up a slot. I'm gonna go in with a full team. Poison type, poison type. It is... Sabe. I'm gonna go in with a full team, regardless of their usefulness, just to have, if I need to switch in something, God forbid. Which chance of happening is pretty high. But I'm gonna go in with a full team, and I can tell you now that Noah is not gonna be on the team. Dwayne is not gonna be on the team. So that's automatically 2 spots open. I'm gonna heal really quick. So, the flying type, honestly, could be something. Roach is gonna be on the team, I know that for sure. He's kind of my backup, in case I need it. Other than that, yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, our strategy here, what we're gonna do, because Hyper Fang is pretty strong just in and of itself. So I could easily use that as a defense. The only thing is, like I said, like, even just not considering knocking out Starmie, I have to consider how strong Starmie is with, like, the Water Pulse. I can't remember if it was Water Pulse, but that Water Pulse is pretty strong too. So even if we're up against Starmie with, like, just a flying type, that Water Pulse can still knock us out. So I'm just, like, preparing for that possibility. Because even now I'm thinking, and I think, when do we can get a Drowsy at some point, but I think the encounter rate is on the lower end. If I'm not mistaken. Like, it's not as low as, like, Abra, which is very much appreciated, but it's still gonna be a little bit before we can get there. Well, I guess it's, yeah, not super far away. Oh yeah, we're not dealing with poison here. Yeah, I guess it's not too far away. So that's at least something. Yeah, we're gonna stick in. So even if even if I don't get a Psychic type here, I get a chance to get a Psychic type soon. And that'll be more useful later. I don't think we really need a Psychic type right now. Yeah, we're not taking the chance with walking around with poison. Actually, that reminds me, I should probably pick up some more healing items. Because I haven't done that in a bit. Yeah, Psychic types are, like, incredibly overpowered. Like, even in Fire Red and Leaf Green, like, they're overpowered. I can't imagine how, like, hardcore they are here. So having one on the team, even if I'm not going against anything type advantage wise, it's still really useful to have. Where is the... I can't remember where the mart is. Okay. When in doubt, just start scanning the area. I don't know how many potions I have. How many potions do I currently have? Should probably check that. 2 potions. Yeah, definitely. Probably... I'm good on the antidotes. I don't want to get them unless I absolutely need to. Yeah, I'll do 6 potions. I'm probably not gonna get the repels unless I 100% need them. Like I said, I'm trying to save money where I can. If I'm, like, overflowing with money, I'd rather just get the super repels. The normal repel. I mean, yeah, I guess, like, later on it'll be useful for Rock Tunnel, but not so much here. I don't really need it at the moment. I just want to go get our 2 catches. I'm just excited. I want something new. Because, yeah, we got, like, 2 flying types, 2 bug types. And then you got a normal type. And it's just, I need some variety. Let's do Roach. Need some variety. We need some good type matchups. I mean, even then, as long as we have the backup. Like, Hyper Fang is, like, ridiculous. I can't remember what the damage output is with that, but, like, it's big. What was I about to... I was like... I'm having trouble with the... I really have to read the names. I have to make sure I'm not just looking at the pictures, because obviously Gen 1 uses the same pictures for several Pokemon, so it's a little bit hard to tell just on first glance. So here we could at least... We need to remember the names that we gave everyone. It's getting easier, it definitely is. I'm not used to nicknaming. So it's actually pretty interesting. Makes for makes for a side challenge, a good side challenge. And even then, I think we have this trainer, the final one, and then there's one on the left. I know there's a bunch on the right. I probably won't get to that until later after I get my catches. Okay, you're a fighting type. I was like, it took me a second to figure out what I was facing and who I sent out. Yeah, we're probably gonna first get our catches, grind them up a bit, and then maybe take on the traders up there, up on Route 25. I think that's the best strategy. I mean, we could probably take them on with our current team, but I really want to kind of get the grinding out of the way first. So then I could just face them head on and then go straight to Misty. I think that's just going to be the fastest method. Would you like to join Team Rocket? Yes, please. I just find it funny. I also know that we have limited space in our inventory, so I'm trying to sell or use items as quickly as I can, just to clear up space. So. Yeah, I think I'd rather just get the grinding out of the way, honestly. It hasn't taken excessively long, but it's still kind of annoying. I'd rather just be prepared ahead of time. I'm just hoping for that Abra, honestly. I don't think I've had an Abra, or an Alakazam in a Nuzlocke yet. Even just casually playing, I only just started using them. I used to not, and I'm not entirely sure why. I think it's because, like, I would always, when playing, I would just take the first 6 that I got and just do that and never change my team because I didn't want to grind another. So I think that's mainly why. But I also think, like, this early on, like, it's worth it to pick up more. Or even later on, if you find something you like better, it's worth it to switch it out. I just hate how some of the cooler ones, like, Magnemite is later. What else? Omanite is later. Like, you get a lot of cool thing, Lapras, but I guess... Oh, no. Okay, don't do that. I guess Lapras, I can... You know, it's strong. You only get one. So I can kind of see why you'd have that for later. But even then, still, it's like you don't get much variety until later in the game, and at that point, are you really gonna grind to level them up? I'm a lot more patient now than I used to be, but even then, it's like, at some point you want to actually play the game and not have to grind up a new team member. Okay. The moment of truth. Let's see what we're getting. Weedle, really? I didn't know you could get Weedles here. Okay, that's one shot. What's our next? Dude, what if we don't get anything? That would suck. Then we're really screwed. Okay, let's try again. Please give us Abra here. That would be really nice. Give us Abra. Please, please, please. Please. Okay. Oddish. We'll take it. We'll take it. I just really don't want to kill it. We need something that will not hit so hard. I think Noah... Does Noah have Tackle? Ember, Growl, Scratch. You have Scratch. I think. Yeah, so... I think Roach also has a Tackle. Okay. I just want to make sure we don't kill it. Like, this is our only chance. We need to not mess this up. I was like, don't recklessly press A. I have a habit of doing that. It's gotten me into pretty bad situations. Okay. Let's see. We only have 4 Pokeballs. I forgot to buy Pokeballs. That was what I was forgetting. Okay. Oddish. We will definitely take it. We could really use that. The weed Pokemon. And I think... Let's see... I I'm remembering the names that I used to give them. I think that's Smoke. The weed Pokemon. I love that. I'm remembering certain names. Like, I'm trying to be creative, but I also want to use some names that I've had. So, what is this? I don't know which TM that is, but can I get up here to catch something without triggering a battle? Okay, I can kind of sneak by. Hello, sir. I'm here to catch something, hopefully. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. We got one shot at this. We got one shot. One chance. No, 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 no. God damn it! Well, there goes our chance. Damn it. I really wanted that Abra. But you know, we can take it from here. We're pretty much good. Which means from now we only just gotta start grinding up. I'm so mad at that Abra. That could have gone so much better. We took a chance. So upset. So we're actually gonna buy them now, just to get them done. And we're gonna go grind a bit. Okay, so we got Smoke leveled up a little bit. Actually, we got everyone leveled up to level 19. I think that's good enough to where we're at. I'm probably gonna gain some levels from these trainers as well. The other thing, that I actually forgot to mention before is that I'm aware that you could technically skip, Misty's gym, and come back to it after Lieutenant Surge. After you, clear all these trainers and go to Bill. I know you could do that. I honestly opted against it just because, one, I am very forgetful and I would honestly forget that I didn't take on the gym and then be really confused why I couldn't progress. The other thing too is that I honestly, like, Misty is my least favorite gym. I don't like these critical hits. I don't like Misty's gym at all because I've always struggled with it, so I'd rather just get it out of the way. If I take any more time, I don't think I have any chance of getting any advantages on the routes before Surge, so I don't even think it would matter, to be honest. I could probably gain a few levels and that would be nice, but it's not going to make a huge difference overall. So I'd rather just get it done now, get it out of the way. But especially because right now, I don't know if Smoke is going to learn any more grass-type moves. I think it's literally just Absorb, and maybe we can get away with that. But we also have, I think, Poison Powder. Yeah, Poison Powder, Stun Spore, Sleep Powder. We also have that on Sabe, Butterfree, so that is kind of a backup, just in case. But even this, like, because I'm looking at this, and level 15, Absorb is still doing pretty solid damage, even though it's not super effective, which I think is a good indicator for how well we could possibly do against Misty. But like I said, you know, Starmie is still going to be an issue. Lieutenant Surge is going to be really quick. I don't see anything really happening there. So I honestly don't think we're going to have much trouble with most of the gyms, if I'm being honest. Because, what am I thinking? Gonna be going again. Okay, so Poison and Psychic are gonna be our greatest issues. Lavender Town will give us a ghost type, hopefully. I say hopefully, I don't think there's any other... Can you get Cubone in the tower? I think you can. But I'm having trouble remembering. But the chance of getting Ghastly is like super high, so that'll kind of cover that. Psychic type, I'm hoping we get a Drowsy, because I think that might be our only chance to get a Psychic type right now. Just because I'm trying to think, and I don't think there's a bunch of Psychic types in the game. And I think that might be our best shot. If we don't, we're gonna have a hard time. Especially against things like Coughing, Grimer, Muck. It's kind of just a pain in the butt. And that might actually cause more issues, like even just throughout the game. Not even just for a gym battle, but like throughout the game in general. Especially when we get to Rocket Hideout, like that's gonna be a pain. We're probably gonna be pretty over-leveled at that point. Not excessively, but enough to get by. So I'm not wildly concerned with that, but it's still, like, I'd rather not have to go through that pain. I didn't even really think about that until now. Like, that's gonna be a real pain if I don't get a Psychic type. So right now, this actually used to be my most, like, major annoyance with the game. Like, the back-to-back trainers. I think there's another... I can't remember what route it's on. It's by, like, Fuchsia City. That's, like, really annoying with the back-to-back trainers. Where am I? Who am I looking for? Oh, damn it. I was like, I deposited Sabe, so I don't have a Psychic type right now. Psychic type move. That was a mistake on my part. Okay. Should have probably been prepared for that. I mean, as long as they're low enough leveled, we can knock them out easily. This is basically my chance to kind of grind everybody up. Even just for next time, because I know... I think Lieutenant Surge is like 4 levels. 4 levels ahead of Misty. Don't quote me on that one. That would make sense, though. It might only be a couple, too. Because if you could technically go at Lieutenant Surge before Misty, you might actually have their levels be nearly the same. Because I don't think they would just make it so you could pass Misty, like, as the first, or technically the second gym. I don't think they would do that on purpose. Or I'm sorry, I don't think they would do that on accident. Like, they had to be on purpose so that you can choose which one to go for. Because after that, you have to return to Cerulean City anyway. Even after facing Lieutenant Surge, you have to go back there anyway. So I have to imagine that was purposeful. So the levels are probably pretty close, which means that I'll probably get by fairly easily with that one. See, I'm worrying about this gym, and then I'm just probably going to be over-leveled for Lieutenant Surge. Honestly, Smoke's getting by really easily right now. And that makes me concerned. I don't want to lose this. I'm not usually big on the, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not big on grass types. But we don't have an electric type, so this is kind of what our options are looking like right now. But, I mean, even up here, though, it's still a solid grinding spot. And even just the trainers, even though you can only fight them once, is still enough to kind of bump our levels, at least a little bit. I'd like to continue leveling up Smoke, though, just to give me peace of mind. But I honestly feel pretty good about it. The only thing is that... Well, I'm trying to think. Starmie... I think Starmie only knows Water Pulse. Possibly Disable. I think Starmie knows Disable. But I don't think it knows any moves that would... Ooh, Smoke is evolving. Oh, I forgot! Yeah, level 21. For some reason, I thought it was like level 25. I think the Water Pulse is the only thing we're gonna really have to worry about. Because I think... What is Starmie? Water Psychic type? Is Starmie a Psychic type? Don't call me stupid, I'm trying to remember. But yeah, it doesn't have any Psychic type moves. I think Oddish is a Grass Poison. So like that could have got us in a little bit of trouble, but I don't think there's any Psychic moves on Starmie. So it's not really gonna be a big deal. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah, I'm trying to think, because Starmie's primary typing is water. And I'm using the grass type move anyway, so it's not even like it's not gonna be effective. I could not be a competitive player. Even just the type matchups, I'm really bad at. It took me forever to learn that Psychic was strong against fighting type. Like, excessively long. Same with, like, flying is good against fighting. Now it's like I've had to repeat it so many times I like remember it on instinct now. Yeah, certain typings like Psychic, I know the weaknesses because it's like I've had to struggle with that one so often. Fire types are pretty easy to remember the weaknesses for. I'm trying to think of like what type. Ghost. That was always a struggle for me. I honestly can't ever remember what's strong against Ghost. And that kind of comes to bite me in the butt later. But if you also have a strong enough move, like I think I used to just power through it with a fire type when I didn't want to train up another move. Are we ever gonna hit something here? What are we doing? You kidding me? I'm not messing with this. It's taking too long. But yeah, the ghost type was always a thing with me. Is poison good against ghost? Or is ghost good against poison? One is effective against the other. I don't remember. Yeah, steel. I know fire is good against steel. I don't know what steel is good against. So, rock types. I consider rock type just a strong typing overall. Not even a strong typing, just like a sturdy typing. Where if you don't know the type matchups, besides like the obvious ones like grass and water, I think it's a pretty solid typing just to have against physical moves. But that's also why psychic types are so broken here, because I think it was Gen 3 where they did the split of the stats. So until then we just got really overpowered psychic types, which I find really funny. But honestly, I was gonna say it helps during the Elite Four, but I'm gonna be honest, the Kanto Elite Four isn't really that hard. At least in my experience. But maybe that's also because in Fire Red and Leaf Green you got the Versus Seeker. You could easily train him up. But I also think like Kanto in general provides a lot of places for you to grind. Even if it's kind of tedious. Like they do level up. I would say, in terms of my memory, I'd say Hoenn is really bad when it comes to level scaling. Because I think I just finished up Emerald for the first time. I did play Oras before I played the originals. But even just from memory, like the grinding spots, like once you hit level like 30, maybe even 35, your leveling kind of grinds to a halt. Which kind of sucks. Because there's nowhere that really, or at least that I found, that you could grind reliably because you'd mostly face like level 20s. There weren't many places that, and if you did find a place that gave you higher levels, they just didn't give a lot of experience. Which was a pain in the butt. Like I'd have to go back to previous routes where they were lower levels, but they gave you more experience, so it was just easier to knock out. Kanto, in comparison, I think was a lot easier. It's been a while since I've played the other generations, so honestly, after this, I'd love to revisit them. And I'm gonna be honest, with Emerald, I was kind of rushing. Just because I was working on filling the Gen 3 Pokedex, so I was just honestly aiming to just finish the game, so I didn't really look around or get too involved with it. So I'd like to. Probably in a more official way, so I could revisit Gen 3, because honestly, Gen 3, just the looks alone, is really interesting. It's my favorite generation in general. In terms of, like, what games were released, not necessarily just Hoenn games, like Gen 3, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, Sapphire, etc. I just really like that. But I think the aesthetics of those games, like, I would not mind. I mean, I guess, like, Black and White were not much different compared to them in terms of aesthetics, but honestly, I wouldn't mind going back to, like, Gen 3, Gen 4 graphics. Like I said, Gen 5 kind of was similar. Oh, did I forget to grab that? God damn it. Yeah, Gen 5 wasn't too far off with the graphics, but yeah, Gen 3, it's nostalgic for me just because that was my first game. Not necessarily the first game I played, but just my first game that I owned. But after that, yeah, I prefer the, like, Gen 4, Gen 5 graphics. I think they look the best in these types of games. Gen 6 honestly look great, love the colors and everything, but I like a pixelated game. That's just personal preference. I tend to prefer the top-down view like this. And even like Gen 1, obviously there's not a lot going on, but I love Generation 1 just for the simplicity. In terms of graphics alone, not talking about anything else. Okay. Do we wanna... Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Okay. So we're gonna deposit Dwayne. And we're taking Babe with us. Do we want to take Vitro with... I don't think it's gonna be worth it. I don't know why I'm doing a save. Force a habit. But also, just in case anything ever happens and my game freezes, it has happened before. I always just save periodically just to make sure, because I am not willing to redo all those battles. Where am I going? I was like, for some reason I thought the gym was over there. But now, I'm pretty sure there's 2 trainers. Yep. So we can see how well the strategy is gonna work. Type matchup is good, it's more so how hard that Starmie hits. So, if I can get Smoke leveled up on these trainers, that would be great. Like, if I can gain a few levels even just from this. Let's see. I don't like the fact that it only takes away about half, a little more than half. But the water moves are not hitting me that hard. At least not right now. I don't want to jinx it. But yeah, Absorb is not a very strong move, so... I think Shellder... Is Shellder a water-ice type? Or is it the evolution? I can't remember if Shellder starts as just a pure water type. I know either way, it's not gonna really know ice moves this early on. I've done this battle, or this gym so many times I should know this by now. But honestly, I think it just scarred me into not remembering it. Okay. What are we doing? We have potions, right? We have a good amount of potions. I need to double check that before I go forward. Oh no, don't do the confusion. I don't like that. This is not something I accounted for. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh god. That did not make me feel good. I did not account for that. Okay. We're just making sure. And we have backups, so... Okay. You know what? We're gonna play it safe. Sending in Roach. Because I honestly did not know that Goldeen had Peck. It's not super surprising to me, but... Like, I did not foresee that. And now that I think about it... I might actually... Okay, we got another level. Okay. I'm wondering if it would be beneficial for me to start off with Roach. We can start you. Just in case, because I want to go in at full health. Against Misty with Smoke. Where am I going? I am lost. Yeah, I think I might go in with Roach first. Just to play on the safe side. Okay. Let's see. Roach first? Okay. This hyper fang is what's keeping us alive, honestly. And we have potions. I feel ready. I feel like we can do this. You don't know how much I struggle with this gym. With my, Kadabra. When I played. I restarted this battle so many times because I did not want to grind. And, like, at that point, I had the Versus Seeker. I could have, like, grinded so much easier. Level 18. I don't know how I feel about that. But I think I was at level, like, 17 or 18, and I did not want to grind anymore. It was just more of a pain than anything. But I kept going at it, and I was like, okay, you know what? I have to at least grind a little bit. Because I was so against it. I was like, I don't want to have to do this. And I think I was at level 18 or 19. I was definitely below 20. Okay. Don't give me the critical hits. Let's not do that. Super effective, huh? Okay. I'm gonna go for a poison powder while it's still early on. Okay. Just because the absorb will replenish some health, but honestly, the amount of health it gives is not a whole lot. So I'd rather just be prepared. I especially don't like the critical hits that it keeps getting. I don't know if the moves are just naturally able to give more critical hits, but we're not taking chances. Misty's probably going to use a potion. And that's the... I was going to say, because that's still... Okay. Okay, that was a lot easier than all the battles I've had. Okay. As much as I talked about it, I was less scared with this roach. Level 20? Yes. Give me the big rat. Oh, yes. Yeah, as much as I talked about this gym battle, Brock always concerns me more. Just because it's in the beginning, so you have like nothing, and if you don't get a good Pokemon, then you're kind of screwed. Whereas at this point, you have some backups, like even if there's no type advantages. But I think with that, I'm gonna heal up, and then I'm gonna be heading south to hopefully reach Lieutenant Surge, and we could probably take him on very quickly, but hopefully to get at least 1 or 2 catches, depending on what we do. So I think I'm going to save that until then. So, till next time.